Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yukta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitan Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Jnanatamrandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Vishnu Padaya Gauraprishtaya Bhutare Srimate Bhaktivedanta Vaneti Namine Jai Shri Nams Vandeham Bhakti Chakodam Gauranganija Preshtitam Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Samivanam Namastubhyam Shri Radha Ekanishtitam Rasayana Katamritam Sankirtanam Anandadam Goswami Vanam Namaha Nama Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namane Namaste Gauravani Shri Murte Dinatarine Oops. Nama Vishnu Padaya Kesha Prishtaya Bhutare Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Vamaniti Namane Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutare Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Nama Vishnu Padaya Acharya Simharupine Shishiman Bhakti Pragyana Keshavayati Namine Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutare Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshan Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Sambodhe Padambo Jayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Gaura Vibhava Bhumesvam Nijesta Sajdana Priyaha Vaishnava Savabhoma Shri Jagannatayate Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaunatvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shirada Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jayatam Sunatur Pangur Mama Mandamate Gati Matsavasva Parambojo Shirada Madana Mohano Divya Brindananya Kalpadrumata Shrimad Ratnagara Simhasanashto Shishi Radha Shira Govinda Devo Prishtani Visevimano Smarami Shriman Rasadasarambi Vamshi Vatatashtritaha Karshan Venu Swane Gopi Gopinatta Shri Estuna Vrindaya Tulasi Devyaye Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatye Namo Namaha Panchatatvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasani Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jai.
Smoothie? You're being requested. Is Gurudevi up there? Okay. They're coming.
Jnanam timirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chaksurunmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tvadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadavaktaya Namo Namah. Yang Prabrajantam Manupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahakataruvajuhava Putriti Tanmayataya Taruvo Benedo sarvabhuta hridayam munimanatosmi bhaktya vinay aparadalakshay Chiptasya kamadi tarangamadye kripa maitvam sharanam prapadyam brinde namaste charanarvindam tavoivasmi najivami tam bina iti vigyaya radhe Tam nayamam charanantike Kripayati yadi radha Badida sheshabada Kima paravashishtam Pushti maryada yormi Vadati chakinchit Smera soditasvir Dvijavadamani panktya Mukti Shuktya Tadakim Shama Sundara Shikanda Sekara Smeraha Samurali Manohar Radhikara Sikamam Kripanite Swapriya Charana Kinkari Prananatha Vishabhanu Nandini Srimakabjara Salola Satapada Radhika padatale kritastiti Tam bhajami rasikendra shekhara Sambhidaya dashane trinam vibo Partaye brajamahendra nandana Astu mohantavati balava Janma janmani mariswari priya. First I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Asto to the Sat Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Asto to the Sat Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, to our grandfather Guru Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, and Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to all of his divine associates, and to all the assembled devotees, and the assembled devotees, Diksha Gurus or my Shiksha Gurus, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Madhav Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Ban Maharaj, and Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. Can this be louder? Okay. So today we have a special treat, which is a discussion on the 18-syllable mantra. What mantra is that? Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Balavaya Swaha.
Can't really be louder.
Hmm?
You can't get louder without being like thingy.
Okay.
Can you, if it can be turned more towards you somehow?
Okay. So, first, this special mantra was given first to Lord Brahma when he was looking in the darkness in all directions, figuring out who I am, where I'm from, and I think I'm supposed to create, but I haven't got the foggiest idea how. So, Krishna's transcendental Saraswati, Divya Saraswati, spoke to Brahma as he was looking in the darkness in all directions. O Brahma, Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Balavaya Swaha. This mantra will fulfill all your cherished desires. So why did she give this rare and precious Krishna mantra to Brahmaji so easily? It was only possible by the mercy of Bhagavan. And why was such unexpected mercy given, available to him? It was because Brahma worshipped him in his previous life. This is just the new creation. So then this is Gurudev's purport. The divine couple, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, who are full of unlimited sweetness, are seated splendidly upon a throne of jewels, surrounded by thousands upon thousands of coward maidens, at the foot of a desire tree, upon 1,000-petal lotus flower, in the Yoga Peeth, in the transcendental abode of Vrindavan. The supreme method for attaining the loving service of their divine lotus feet is embodied in the monarch of all mantras, Mantra Raj, this 18-syllable mantra. So this is the supreme method for attaining the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. The first syllable, Kleem, is the seed. You know that there's also Kleem Chaitanyaya Vidmahe. When I asked Gurudev what the meaning of that Kleem is, because this is Gauraya, he said it means the same thing as in the Krishna mantra, the Skopal mantra, and Kama Gayatri mantra. So this is the Kama Bij. Joined together with this seed, the mantra is Kleem Krishnaya Govindaya. The mantra is called a Sadanga Satapadi mantra, meaning that it's 6 words comprise its 6 limbs or angas. The 6 words are Krishnaya, Govindaya, Gopijana, Balabhaya, Swa, and Ha. The mantra is formed by arranging the words in this order. Kleem is the original 1-syllable seed, whose meaning has been expressed as follows in the Gautamiya Tantra and in the Upanishads. Sri Bhagavan created the universe by this Kama Bij. As you read in the previous verse, it was given to him by Divya Saraswati. She said, chant this mantra and all your desires will be fulfilled. In this Kleem Bij, the letters K-L-I, it's not I, it's E, K-L-E, the sign of the half moon and the dot. That's called a bindu. Half moon and a dot. Have been given rise to the elements. Wow. This Kleem gives rise to the elements, earth, water, fire, air, space, respectively, because Brahma created with this Kleem. Therefore, this mantra, whose heart is the Kama Bij, is the root cause of all living beings.
We were reading about that in the Hari Bhakti Vilas.
What did it say?
Something about how each syllable was connected to different material elements
Yeah.
in Brahma's creation.
Those on the path of Raganuga Bhakti interpret the meaning as follows. K-la-e-m dot. The letter K indicates the very form of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Wow, if we could just meditate on this when we say it, our life would be sublime. That is the form of Krishna. He's the very form of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. The letter La signifies the highest bliss in the ocean of happiness born from the love of Radha and Krishna. The letter E indicates Vrindavaneshwari, the supreme potency Sri Radha. So Ka is Krishna, La is the bliss of their exchange. And E is Radhika, the sign of the half moon and the bindu, which together form the ending M dot, signify the supreme ecstatic sweetness derived from the mutual kissing of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Sometimes it's explained that the M dot represents the fortunate living entity who's engaged in their service. The Kama Bij Kling is the intrinsic form and nature of Sri Krishna. For example, it is stated in the Sanat Kumar Samhita, O Narada, this Kama Bij is not something that is only made of letters. It is the very embodiment of Krishna's divine transcendental form. Because each one of its component letters is one of Krishna's limbs, one should understand that the letter Ka to be Krishna's head, specifically the crown of his head, his forehead, his two eyebrows, his nose, his two eyes, and ear, that whole area. The letter La embodies his cheeks, the upper portion of his cheeks, his chin, neck, throat, and fingernails. The half moon is his chest, his belly, the sides of his body, his navel, and his waist. One should understand the bindu, M dot, to be his thighs, his knees, his calves, the center of his knees, the backs of his heels, his feet, the lower part of his thighs, his toes, and his toenails. It's a good thing to remember, to memorize. Maybe you can test each other. Furthermore, it is stated, O Narad, this Kam Bij, composed of 5 letters, indicates 5 flower arrows. Ka indicates a budding mango blossom. Amra Manjari. La is an ashok blossom. E is a jasmine flower, or malika. The half moon is a madhavi flower, and the bindu is a molasri flower. These 5 types of flowers are the 5 flower arrows that the Cupid Krishna shoots to attract the gopis. Krishnaya, in the Gopal Tapani Upanishad, it is stated, Papakar Shano Hi Krishna. Krishna is he who completely takes away all pap, all sinful desires, sinful activities, and sinful reactions. Here, pap means all kinds of sins and offenses. Moreover, he even vanquishes the offenses of the demons. Therefore, the etymology of the word Krishna indicates that Krishna destroys all the offenses of everyone. That very Krishna is Parabrahma and the form of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. In this connection, it is stated in the Gautamiya Tantra, Krishna eva param brahma satchidananda vigraha. Sri Krishna is the supreme absolute truth, the Parabrahma, and his form consists of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. So that's the meaning of Krishna. Also in Brahma Samhita it is stated, Isvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Sri Krishna is the supreme controller, and his form is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. This has been expressed earlier in the text. In the Mahabharata, it is stated, Krishna attracts the heart of all moving and stationary living beings throughout the three worlds by the exceptional sweetness of his flute playing, his form, his pastimes, and his qualities, therefore. No, I did that wrong. His pastimes, his form, his qualities, his pastimes. Therefore, so what are the attractive features of Krishna? His flute playing, his form, his pastimes, and his qualities. Therefore, the Supreme Brahman, Sri Krishna, is the supreme and only object of worship. Then Govindaya. Aya means unto. Govindaya. The following description is found in the Gopaltapani Upanishad. Go Bhumi Veda Vedita Govinda. Govinda is he who pleases the senses, the earth, and the Vedas, and who nourishes all, thereby increasing their bliss. Don't you feel more bliss when you feel nourished? Although the word go has many meanings, three are the cows, the world, and the Vedas. Go also means senses. The phrase Pashu Jati Vishesh indicates the cows in Sri Nanda Gokul. Krishna is complete in his unparalleled opulence and sweetness, yet he is surrounded by cows. And in that simple village setting, he is absorbed in playing according to his own independent will. He abides splendidly in Nanda Gokul, in his beautiful form, which has the color of a fresh rain cloud, stealing the hearts of the residents of Braj, and expanding his exquisitely endearing pastimes there. The whole world and all the Vedas loudly sing of the sweetness of those pastimes. Thus, Sri Krishna, the moon of Gokul, in cowherd boy attire, who is celebrated throughout the world and in the Vedas, is addressed as Govinda, because Govinda gives pleasure to the Vedas. Gopi Jana. That's what it says, right? The cows, the world, the Vedas. He gives bliss. He pleases the senses. He pleases the earth. And he pleases the Vedas. The Vedas are very pleased with him, and so they expound on his glories. Gopi Jana. It is stated in the Gopaltapani Upanishad again. Gopi Jana Vidya Kala. Gopi Jana means avidya kala in the form of the gopis. Let's find out what that means. Gopi Jana means avidya kala. Here the word avidya is formed from a, long A, complete, and vidya, knowledge. Thus avidya, not avidya, which means ignorance. Avidya refers to the best knowledge of all, namely the potency to attract Krishna. Isn't that interesting? The best knowledge is the knowledge how to control Krishna by attracting him. The word kala means the embodiment of prema bhakti. Therefore, one should understand Gopi Jana to indicate those gopis who are the very embodiment of that prema bhakti that is itself the power to attract Krishna, who is only controlled by this type of prema bhakti. The prema of Madhurya Ras reigns splendidly above all, having conquered the prema of the mellows of servitorship, friendship, and parenthood. Here, Gopi Jana can also be interpreted in another way. The word gopi is derived from the verbal root goop, which means to protect or maintain, like gopta tvam sharan what? What? Goptva goptrive.
That's for the Sharanagati.
Yeah. What's the line before that? Rakshis satiti vishvasho goptvate varanam tata. Right. Goptvate. Then he's the only maintainer. Here, Gopijana can also be interpreted as goop, which means protect or maintain. Krishna's special potency that bestows prema upon the devotees and nourishes them and protects them is called gopi. What? Krishna's special potency, they're his special potency. That does what? Bestows prema upon the devotees and nourishes and protects them is called gopi. That's why we have to take shelter of the gopis. Or the pleasure potency, Ladini Shakti. And Sri Radha is the original embodiment of the pleasure potency. It's a lot to remember when we're saying Gopal mantra. So, Radhika is the beautiful daughter of Vrishabhanu Raj. She's the embodiment of the pleasure potency and the aggregate of the predominated principle. The predominated principle means Krishna is the predominator, the powerful, and she is the predominated or the power. And she's the aggregate, means all the gopis emanate from her. In the statement, Gopi tu prakriti radha janastad amsa mandala, Gopi means the predominated principle, Sri Radha. And Jana means the circle of her plenary expansions, or those who are expansions of her personal form, called Kaya, Vyuha, Rup, who are the Sakis such as Lalita and Vishaka. Going on, Balabhaya, Balabhaya. The word Balabhaya, Gopijana, Balabhaya, means one who stimulates, or a lover. He who stimulates the gopis through his endearing pastimes, or the most excellent hero who enjoys the sweetest amorous sports with the gopis, is called Gopijana Ballabha. Thus, Gopijana Ballabha is the dearest life breath of Sri Radha, who is always accompanied by her friends, such as Lalita and Vishaka. Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, and by the way, if you want to get into this more, it starts on page 138. Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, is chief among those who are expert in tasting transcendental mellows. He is splendidly situated in Vrindavan, surrounded by his beautiful, lotus-eyed, adolescent beloveds, the gopis. In the company of Sri Radhika, he manifests as Madan Mohan, which is the form that infatuates the mind of Cupid. However, he is only Madan Mohan when he's alongside Sri Radhika, the crown jewel of the gopis. Radha Sange Yada Bhakti Tada Madana Mohana. He shines attractively in the presence of Sri Radha, surrounded by the chief of coward girls, circle of coward girls. is therefore eternally called Madan Mohan. Without Radha by his side, then he's just Madan, Cupid. So Krishna, who is Govinda, is the attractor of Cupid. That's Gopijana Ballava. The expression Gopijana Ballava is therefore properly interpreted to mean Sri Madan Mohan, he who enchants Cupid, millions of Cupids. What's the verse in the Brahma Samhita? Kandarpakoti. What? Kandarpakoti. Kandarpakoti kamaniya vishesha shobha. Good. The form eternally embraced by Sri Radha. Radha Lingata Vigraha. Since Gopijana Ballabha evidently refers to the divine couple, Sri Radha Krishna Jugal, the 18-syllable and 10-syllable Jugal mantras are each called the most excellent monarch of transcendental invocation. Five and six. Swaha. It is stated in the Gopal Tapani Upanishad again that the word Swaha means Tanmaya Cha, meaning and his energy. Thus Swaha is understood as Krishna's Maya or Sri Yogamaya. Yogamaya is the spiritual potency that manifests from Gopijana Ballabha, Sri Krishna's intrinsic nature, that is Radha. And she offers the devotees unto the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Hence, the appropriate meaning of the word Swaha is she by whose help one's Atma is absolutely and irrevocably offered to Krishna. Swaha Yatma Samarpanam, completely offered to Krishna. By uttering or remembering the word Swaha, the devotees accomplish totally unconditioned self-surrender. So Swa, myself, I surrender to you, and Ha, I'm rejecting all other attachments that I formerly had and all other identifications. Therefore, one should recite or remember the word Swa with this specific contemplating, which means total, unconditional self-surrender. Like when you throw the grains in the fire, Swaha, I'm surrendering to you. This is the method of completely selfless dedication unto Sri Radha Krishna Jugal. So I wanted to read one more thing, which is from Gopi Geet, also about Kleem. I read this once before, but no harm in reminding us. The definition of Kleem is understood by this verse of the Bhagavatam, when Krishna is calling all the gopis to dance with him by playing on his flute. So it's a verse. Vanam chatat kamala gopi ranjitam jago kalam vamadrisham manoharam. Can you repeat that? Jago kalam vamadrisham manoharam. That is Kleem. We'll see how. Krishna saw the unbroken disk of the full moon glowing in the red effulgence of newly applied vermilion. Understand that? The full moon is glowing with the red effulgence of newly applied vermilion. Why? Because the sky, the eastern direction, as if it were the face of the goddess of fortune. He also saw, so the moon was glowing with a red effulgence, as you see in Manjari's painting of Gopi Geet when Krishna comes back. Glowing with the red effulgence of newly applied vermilion, as if it were the face of the goddess of fortune. He also saw the Kumada lotuses opening in response to the moon's presence. One kind of lotus opens in the day and this kind, the Kumada, opens at night. Thus the Lord began to play sweetly on his flute, attracting the mind of the beautiful-eyed gopis. So that sentence is Jagokalam Vamadrisham Manoharam. It was evening time. The moon was golden and full, and rising on the very reddish eastern horizon. The eastern direction is like the moon's beloved. It was as though, by his rays, which are like his hands, the moon had taken a large quantity of red color and was decorating the face of the eastern horizon, which is also compared to the... Are you leaving now? Huh? Otherwise you can sit for the rest of...
Let me cancel what I have to do.
Huh?
Let me cancel what I have to do.
All right. It was evening time. The moon was golden and full, and rising on the very reddish eastern horizon. The eastern horizon is like the moon's beloved. So Krishna is thinking, well, if he can have a beloved who's not his wife, then I can also have beloveds. It was as though by his rays, which were like his hands, the moon had taken a large quantity of red color and was decorating the face of the eastern horizon. Seeing this, Krishna at once placed his flute on his lips and played a very sweet tune. And that very sweet tune means Jago Kalam, Jago Kalam. That tune is included in the seed mantra, Kleem. Upon hearing it, Radha, Lalita, and all the gopis thought, he is calling me alone, no one else. Jago Kalam. The essence of the Gopal mantra is the seed Kling. Kalam, translated in this verse as sweetly, he sweetly played on his flute, is a combination of two Sanskrit letters, Ka and La, Kalam. The fourth letter of the Sanskrit alphabet is Vamadrisham, translated in this verse as the girls who have charming eyes, which is, the fourth letter is E. A, I, E. As the English alphabet begins with A, B, C, D, the Sanskrit alphabet begins with A, I, E. The fourth Sanskrit letters, E, is called Vamadrisham. So even grammar, the essence of grammar, is in the sound ka, la. Combined with E becomes kli. And what is the meaning of the word manoharam? In this verse, ultimately, Manohara is Krishna. Manohara means Krishna who attracts the mind. That same Krishna gave a portion of his quality of attracting the mind to Chandra, who's the moon god. the predominating deity of the mind is the moon god, Chandra. And that moon has now taken the form of a Chandra Bindu, a dot. In Sanskrit, this dot is called Anusvar. And thus the word cling is completed. By cling, each and every gopi thought that Krishna was calling her alone. And therefore, they all came to him. This is from the Secret Truths of the Bhagavatam, chapter 4. Are there any questions or comments? Boy, this is amazing if we can even try to remember it. So this is one of the footnotes, the one in Gopi Gita. The reference is verse 14, the footnote. Are there any questions?
It sounds like there's so many different things to meditate on when chanting Gopal Mantra. So what's of the topmost importance, if I can only think of maybe
You can go anywhere.
any?
Anywhere today, anywhere tonight, anywhere tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So the gopis they're completely absorbed in Krishna, and he's only controlled by them. How could they ever take form here and without him? Like right now, when they perform their pastimes here as our gurus, how could they ever
Live
not be
without
with
him?
Yeah.
Easy. Because they're living with him. Because although they manifest here as sadhaks, simultaneously they did not lose their gopi form. They're still associating. And although they're acting as sadhas, they're siddhas. So they're always absorbed in those pastimes. And even like Raghunath Das Goswami pretending to be because he wants to taste that as well. In the role of a Bhav Sadhak, he's going into internal consciousness where he's living with Radha and participating in the pastimes. Then he comes to half inner and half outer. He's weeping and feeling separation. And then in outer, he's still feeling separation, but he can function. He can ride, he can speak. And he's praying to be in that pastime again, which he lost because it appeared as a spurti. So there's no question of being without him. So when it says like Prabhupada entered Nitya Lila Pravishta Om, but he never left at the same time. Even Jai and Bajai never left. Does that answer it? Any other?
In regards to the definition of cling with the different types of flowers, when I read these different types of flowers, I have no idea really what they're like. How can I get some kind of idea other than just praying that they manifest?
That's it. Then you'll know what they're like. Right? I don't know what you're like. Please enter my heart so that I can experience you. But you do know Klim Kamadevaya Vidmahe Pushpavanaya, that he's Pushpavan and he has these 5 arrows, 5 flower arrows, like his cheeks, his smile, his eyebrows, like that, his sidelong glance. Those are all arrows that attract the gopis. What I just said, you can read about in Mantra Sar Art Deepika, which is by Srila Viswanath Chakrabarti Thakur, where he explains the meaning of the essence of the Kam Gayatri. It gets into a lot more elaboration even. Any other? Samukhi, do you have a question?
Yes, but I don't have the right
Words? Yeah, there's a lot to learn here. We have 4 more minutes before Cinderella's chariot turns into a pumpkin. All right, so we'll just have a couple of minutes closing. So, yeah, Sri Brahma Ki Jai. You know, he got the Gopal mantra from Divya Saraswati, and then he got the Kam Gayatri from Krishna's flute. And Krishna's flute took the form of the Gayatri. The Gayatri mantras, all Vedas, are in Krishna's flute sound. So when he played his flute into the ears of Brahma, Gayatri Devi entered his ears, all 8 ears. Mm-hmm.
What inspired you to give class tonight?
Well, because for the virtual reality exhibit, I was reading the Brahma Samhita because it's about Brahma's creation. And he was able to create after he heard these 2 mantras, the Gopal mantra and the Kam Gayatri. And so I thought, wow, this is a whole long explanation. Why should I keep it to myself? Because he was all confused about how to create. But by dint of his previous impressions from his previous life or previous day, he had a desire impelled in him by Krishna. And I guess that's it. But I was just looking for the place where, like we read about Divya Saraswati telling him to do austerities of this mantra. But then in the next verse,
Is it that the entire night of Brahma, the universe is unmanifest?
yeah, everything goes back into Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Oh, after he already got Gopal mantra, then the mother of the Vedic hymns, Gayatri, which emanated as the sound of Krishna's flute. So if we keep saying our Gayatri, but with lots of feeling, then it'll turn into the sound of Krishna's flute. So the Gayatri, along with the means for receiving and transmitting it. So Brahma got it, he received it with the power to transmit it. So it's coming down into cyclic succession. So she entered his lotus faces through the 8 ear holes and Brahma achieved realization of the Kam Gayatri mantra. The lotus-born Brahma was thus initiated by the flute song of Bhagavan, the original Guru, and by that reformation he attained twice-born status or Brahmanhood. Okay. Shri Brahmaji ki jai, Srila Gurudeva ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Go Gayatri mantra ki jai, Go Premanandi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaura. Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Go Premanandi. Vanchikovatarubhyashta kripasindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Ha. Okay. That was it.